Good Wednesday evening, July 10th, and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. Chelan County prosecutors have declined to file charges against a Quincy teenager who was initially suspected of starting the Balsam Route fire outside Wenatchee last week. The Department of Natural Resources has declared a statewide ban on campfires and other burning on public lands. Expect slightly cooler temperatures tomorrow before we get right back to the triple digits Friday through the weekend. Your sweltering weather details are coming up. The East Wenatchee Safeway is one of 126 Washington grocery stores marked for sale to a New Hampshire-based grocery chain in an effort to smooth the planned merger between food giants Kroger and Albertsons. The two companies are selling the Washington stores to C&S Wholesale Grocers to combat a lawsuit from Washington Attorney General Bob Ferguson claiming that the union of the two chains would cause a statewide monopoly. Kroger and Albertsons have claimed that the merger will help customers and maintain current operations. But Ferguson's lawsuit contends that it would hike grocery prices and limit consumer choices as well as state competition. The lawsuit is still ongoing, with the sale expected to close this year. Chelan County prosecutors have declined to file charges against a Quincy teenager who was initially suspected of starting the Balsam Route fire outside Wenatchee last week. Chelan County Sheriff's deputies arrested the 16-year-old shortly after the fire was reported in the Wenatchee foothills July 5th on suspicion of detonating fireworks that might have ignited that blaze. He remained in the Chelan County Juvenile Center until Tuesday, when prosecutors told a juvenile court commissioner the case was still under investigation and a charge of reckless burning would not be filed. The youth was released but still faces a charge of resisting arrest. Prosecutors say a fire-related criminal case could still be brought after police review the incident further. The Beehive fire in southern Chelan County was contained almost as quickly as it caught on Saturday, and land managers say an ongoing forest treatment plan may deserve part of the credit. The fire burned just 4 acres before responders were able to get it contained. The land around Beehive Reservoir has been involved in a 20-year forest health strategic plan where more than 2,500 acres have been treated with controlled burns, tree thinning, and fuel breaks since 2018. Chelan County Natural Resources Director Mike Caputa told county commissioners this week the program to reduce wildfire risk seems to have worked in this case.
I do want to point out, you saw this weekend that there was a small fire up in Beehive, right? That fire was started on the Sawyer Trust property, which coincidentally was a piece of property where we worked with Sawyer to do some thinning work up there. We talked to the forester this morning, and he shared with us that he thought there was no doubt that the fire did not spread because of the forest health work that we did up there. So not looking for credit on that, but just saying this stuff works, right? When you do that kind of work, it burned at a low level, gives the emergency response guys more time to respond, which they did, put it out.
The Moses Lake School District is now reduced 268 total employees after another round of layoffs. The district announced on Tuesday 55 additional classified staff members have been laid off as Moses Lake School District tries to make up for a $20 million budget crisis. Overall, the reductions in force have resulted in the layoffs of 143 classified staff, 108 certified staff, 12.5 district office positions, and 4.5 building administrator positions. The district says it still needs to balance the budget by an additional $3.6 million, and the budget is due to the school board for approval in August. If the district fails to provide a balanced budget by the August deadline, it will automatically enter into binding conditions with the Office of Superintendent of Public Instruction. When we come back, the official crime report for the state of Washington shows that crime dropped statewide last year, except in categories like vehicle theft and hate crimes. And U.S. Representative Dan Newhouse will be meeting constituents across the Washington's 4th Congressional District this month, including Quincy and East Wenatchee. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
I'm Keith Gaynor, running to be your next 12th District State Senator. It has been a privilege to serve you the past 6 years in the House of Representatives. I believe public safety is a critical issue that affects all of Washington. This should be one of our highest priorities. Washington families are struggling. Housing, food, and gas prices are severely affecting our budgets. We need to find better ways to support our families. Together, we can build a better Washington.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
As sheriff, I arrested rioters, rapists, and mass murderers. Locked up human traffickers who preyed on women and children. On my watch, everyone was accountable. Despite being the Attorney General for 12 years, Bob Ferguson does not take responsibility for the rapid increase in crime and homelessness, businesses moving out of state, and jobs lost. And he thinks he deserves a promotion?
Dave Reichert.
The agents of Kennedy Real Estate Group are committed to providing the ideal client experience. We believe in the power of relationships. Why? Because we don't just work here, we live here. From the nonprofits we serve, the parks where we play, and the local businesses we support, our team understands the value of living in the Wenatchee Valley. Let's begin your real estate story.
The Department of Natural Resources has declared a statewide ban on campfires and other burning on public lands. DNR Commissioner Hillary Franz put the restriction in place starting at 1 p.m. today. Multiple wildfires are already burning across the state, and intense heat continues to plague the Northwest. The outdoor ban includes campfires, charcoal briquettes, and prescribed burning on all forest lands under DNR's fire protection through September 30th. Franz says all Washingtonians should do everything they can to reduce the risk of wildfire. The official crime report for the state of Washington shows that crime dropped statewide last year, except in categories like vehicle theft and hate crimes. The Washington Association of Sheriffs and Police Chiefs compiles the state's crime data each year. The report for 2023 finds that violent crimes fell by 5.5% and property crimes were down by nearly 12%. There was a 5.5% jump in both auto thefts and hate crimes, and juvenile arrests rose nearly 24%. In the city of Wenatchee, the overall number of reportable crimes rose by 1% from 2022 to 2023, while East Wenatchee saw 10% fewer crimes in total. Wenatchee Valley College has made 2 new hires to head the athletics and planning departments. Robin Ngadi will join Wenatchee Valley College as the Director of Assessment, Strategic Planning, Institutional Research and Effectiveness, or ASPIRE, and serve as the Accreditation Officer. Ngadi, who is coming to Wenatchee from the University of Washington, will provide leadership, data, and analysis to support college planning and decision-making. The college's athletic department has found a new leader in Brian Courts from Northwestern State University in Louisiana, who will join Wenatchee Valley College as the Director of Athletics, Exercise Science, and Recreation. Courts will oversee the 7 athletic teams, support faculty in the Exercise Science Department, student recreational opportunities, and more. U.S. Representative Dan Newhouse will be meeting constituents across the Washington's 4th Congressional District this month. Newhouse kicked off his travels in Grand Coulee today and will head to Quincy next Wednesday, July 17th, where he will meet with the public at the Quincy Public Market from 10 a.m. to noon. Newhouse will be in East Wenatchee the following day on Thursday, July 18th at Pangborn Memorial Airport. Newhouse, who was first elected to Congress in 2014, announced his re-election campaign in May. A full list of Newhouse's mobile hours can be found on the NCWLIFE website. Coming up next in tonight's feature story, a well-placed trail camera can yield some stunning wildlife video, and the kids at tiny Beaver Valley Elementary School in Plain are proving that. No end in sight for this current heat wave with temperatures around 100 degrees into early next week. I'll have all those details coming up in your full local weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
My name's Nick Dirk, and I've been a cinematographer-photographer for over 10 years. I got my start at the Wenatchee Valley Technical Skills Center. Without the Tech Center, I wouldn't have got my first job in media production 3 months after I graduated high school.
My name is Charlie Voris, and I own Vortex Productions. My work has taken me on exciting adventures all around the world, and I got my start at Wenatchee Valley Tech.
Hey, my name is Ole Mingo, and I'm the Executive Director at Heirloom Creatives in Wenatchee. I am so thankful for Wenatchee Valley Tech to be able to have my dream career.
It's vacation season. While a trip to Hawaii sounds great, we know what you really want is an inflation vacation. That's why Abby's feeds a group of 4 to 6 people for less than $26. Enjoy an inflation vacation at Abby's. You can be a superhero tonight and treat your family to Abby's famous hometown hero. This giant features our classic pepperoni, tasty Italian sausage, and crisp green peppers, all layered together for a legendary feast. Don't miss this July special pizza at a very special price.
The Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce presents Wonders of Wooden Avenue.
As Chelan's premier lifestyle store, Willow, find unique home decor, clothing, jewelry, and more. Come visit for a welcoming and memorable shopping experience.
Lake Chelan Sports is the place to find top brands like Hoka, Ons, Patagonia, and now a full line of Warrior products. With excellent customer service, Lake Chelan Sports has what you need.
Wonders of Wooden Avenue, North Central Washington's premier shopping district.
What does RV stand for? Recreational vehicle or ruined vacation? At Click-It RV, we want you to have a fun, safe camping experience. So for the month of June, get to any Click-It RV store and get a professional propane leak test, tire pressure check, wheel bearings, roof, slide and battery test. And all inspections are free because we want you and yours to have a safe camping season. Thinking of upgrading? Check out the used selection of new and used top brands like Grand Design, Rockwood, Flagstaff, Winnebago, and more. So get to a Click-It RV store near you for a free inspection and keep your family safe.
A well-placed trail camera can yield some stunning wildlife video, and the kids at tiny Beaver Valley Elementary School in Plain are proving that. Bears, wolves, cougars, and all manner of critters show up on the network of trail cameras installed by students each year. In tonight's feature story from the 2023-24 school year, here are the highlights of Northwest animals caught in the act. Time now to take a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a fantastic Wednesday, and once again we were in triple digits for our high temperature around the area today. And as you can tell, looking down at Lake Chelan up around the Manson area, had some windy conditions that started late this morning and into this afternoon. We experienced that in the Wenatchee area, and almost all of us in northwest or the north central part of the state saw some winds, and that prompted a red flag warning. It went into effect at 2 p.m. this afternoon, and it'll last until about 11 o'clock tonight. We are talking critical fire weather conditions, humidities at about 14 to 15% today, and with those winds out of the northwest, pretty steady today at about 15 miles an hour. A very dangerous fire situation, and not helping matters the excessive heat, and it's going to continue as we move through this week and into this weekend. But I'll tell you, if you are outside, once again, have a plan out there. Drink a lot of water, light colored clothing, and the obvious, seek air conditioning if you can. And if you're working outside, work in short stints and then take a break, work some more, and have plenty of that water handy because it's hot and it's going to stay that way. We set another record high today, 103 unofficially our high temperature today. That broke our old record of 101 set back in 1975. 87 is where we should be for this time of year. And boy, we've been way above that the last 7 to 10 days. Look at the start to the day this morning. Our official low, 75 degrees. That's 14 degrees above 61. That's where we should be for a low temperature this time of year. Our record cold, if you can call it that, 49 degrees, and that was set in 1972. Sunrise 5:15 and sets tonight at 8:57. All right, getting you into those Thursday temperatures, we are going to see just a little bit of relief as we get you into Thursday. Moses Lake and Omak both still probably going to reach the triple-digit marks at 100 tomorrow. The rest of us very close. Ephrata, Quincy at 99, Ellensburg through Wenatchee, Eniat, and Chelan will all be in the upper 90s to around 98 degrees. 95 in Leavenworth, 97 for Cashmere. The cool spot tomorrow up in Lake Wenatchee, probably feel pretty good with a high temperature of 93 degrees. All right, tonight we can expect clear skies thanks to this large area of high pressure that really hasn't moved the last week or so. Still could see some breezy conditions along with those clear skies tonight. Going to stay warm too with highs or lows rather into those upper 60s, and getting into Friday. Here we go, back to that warm weather. We will see sunny skies once again. It's going to be hot. That should say Friday, I think. High pressure right here in the southwestern part of the country. That's bringing the warmth, and this area of high pressure is keeping us clear, and that's going to continue into our Saturday. Sunny skies and just hot with high temperatures around 100, maybe 101 or so on Saturday. And you can see it's going to be hot all the way up and down the west coast, even now back into Montana and the Dakotas. For Sunday, maybe some high clouds, but our heat wave just rolls on right through the weekend. Talking highs again right around 100 degrees as we end the weekend. And then as we start our next work week on Monday, not much change. Once again, maybe some high clouds, maybe some breezy conditions too in central Washington Monday. Not going to keep our temperatures down much though, with high temperatures again on Monday near 100 degrees. And as we get you into Tuesday, sunny, and that heat continues. We will see high temperatures again near 100 degrees. So that heat wave continues on. All right, low temperatures tonight, 67 degrees, 98 tomorrow. And as we look at our entire 7-day forecast, that could be the only day that we don't see triple-digit heat. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Remember, maybe some high clouds Sunday and Monday, still going to be hot. And then on Tuesday, sunny, still hot with a high temperature of 99 degrees. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
a happy Wednesday. Julio Rodriguez had 4 hits and a home run, while Cal Raleigh homered from each side of the plate in Seattle's 8-3 win over San Diego last night. The offensive output was plenty for pitcher Logan Gilbert, who was dominant through 6 innings, pitching to the 7th before allowing a solo home run. He finally gave way in the 8th after surrendering a 2-run home run with 2 outs.
Broken back ground ball through the left side. JP being waved home. The throw to the plate not nearly in time. Well, it's closer than it looked like it would be for a moment, to be frank. And Julio is able to jump on the first pitch and plate the Mariners' first run.
Well, really good sign here for the Mariners. Looked like a breaking ball, and Julio stays on it just long enough. You see him get it off the end of the bat, break the bat. Good throw in from left field, but JP just ahead of the tag.
The opposite way out towards the gap, and a base hit for Ty France. Polanco is being waved home. He's racing to the plate. Here comes the throw, and Polanco scores standing. Ty France plugs the gap in right center field. And the Mariners strike again. It's 2-0 in the top of the second.
Ty France with just a great piece of hitting, drives this ball into the right center gap. And
out to right field, sailing back by the wall, and it's gone. Cal Raleigh gets that in the air and parks it over the fence. It's a 2-run home run. The Mariners have opened it up. They have scored in each of the first 3 innings, and it's 4-0. Hammered left field. This is tagged and gone. Crushed. Julio. It's a 3-hit day for Julio Rodriguez, and a bomb to left mixed in.
Julio is going to get a slider middle in, about thigh high, and he gives this thing a ride. 109 off the bat.
Fly ball, left field, sailing back, gone! Cal Raleigh has homered again. He has now homered from both sides of the plate. He has just become the first Mariner to ever homer from both sides of the plate twice in his career.
Ooh, high fly ball, deep right field. That one is gone for Jake Cronenworth. Padres get on the board in the 7th inning. That was a cutter and ended up right in the Crone zone.
And that's not where he wanted that cutter to end up. That ball ended up being just a straight fastball. Jake Cronenworth unloads, gets the Padres on the board.
High fly ball out towards deep left field. Back goes Moore. He's looking up, and that ball is gone. Kyle Higashioka, new career high. His 11th home run of the year. It's a 2-run shot. Now it's 7-3.
Make tonight. We will find out more about after the game. Now this is rocking it out to left field. Shot well and short hops the wall. Cal Raleigh scores easily from second base, and Victor Robles stands up at second. He's got a run scoring double. It's 8-3 Mariners.
And at the velocity that it comes in.
Ground ball, Rojas. They get Polanco at second base and on to first in time for the double play. And Santos a little fired up.
Manager Scott Service says Gilbert showed why he's an all-star, while the offense finally came through.
First half he has put together. It's all-star type quality stuff out there tonight against a really good offensive team. So it starts with Logan, and we got the bats going tonight. And, Julio doing what Julio can do. And we saw this coming here at the end of the last homestand before he missed the last couple games of the quad thing. But he was right on time tonight. Cal, huge night there. Other guy chipping in. Really happy for Polanco. And he has really been grinding away, trying to make some adjustments. And on base 3 times tonight. Just missed a 4th, with the line out there in the last inning. So Big Gregory's a bad man. Wow. We were so looking forward to seeing Santos out there, and the situation was perfect tonight. We had a little cushion to kind of get him in there, and he's some kind of competitor, obviously with great stuff. So, again, it's exactly the type of game we're looking for to get this road trip going, and hopefully keep it going tomorrow. Our guys care. That they do care. They know that they can perform more consistently on offense, and again, I'm really excited about what we saw tonight. Now we're going to carry it over to the next day, and then keep it rolling from there. And you're not going to, pump out 8 runs every night, but the quality of bat up and down the lineup, number of guys chipping in, that's what it takes. That's how this team is built. We just haven't seen it happen consistently, but really good signs tonight.
Gilbert improved to 6-5 on the season, with the two teams wrapping up that quick 2-game series today. Seattle heads to Anaheim to play the Angels in the first of 4 games coming up tomorrow. Houston edged Miami 4-3 to remain 2 games back of Seattle in the American League West. Texas is 5.5 games back after a 5-4 win over the Angels. Boston beat Oakland 12-9. Despite a 7-run 5th inning, Wenatchee fell to Edmonton in a hot marathon last night at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. 13-11 the final. The game took nearly 4 hours to play. Game time temperature when they started well into the 100s. The two teams combined for 29 hits, 24 runs in a hot evening at the ballpark last night. Joel Norman says the Riverhawks offense was just unrelenting last night.
The Wenatchee Apple Sox rallied back from a 6-run deficit for the second consecutive game, but this time it was not enough as they fell to the Edmonton Riverhawks 13-11 on Tuesday night at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. Wenatchee erupted for 7 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning and rallied to take a brief lead against the Riverhawks, but they could not shut down a potent Edmonton offense, which scored in 7 of 9 innings in the series opener. The Apple Sox actually put together a great rally in the bottom of the 9th inning, driving in 4 runs in that frame and putting the tying run at the plate with 1 out, but the final 2 hitters of the game both struck out, and Wenatchee dropped the first game of the 3-game set. The Sox and Riverhawks will do it again on Wednesday night when they face off at 7:05 p.m. at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. With your Apple Sox update, I'm Joel Norman.
Aiden Doherty had 3 hits for Wenatchee, while Max Hartman contributed a grand slam home run in that 7-run 5th inning. You can listen for Joel's call on Sunny FM. First pitch tonight at 7:05. Checking the Les Schwab West Coast League scoreboard, Nanaimo down Kelowna 11-5. Kamloops edged Port Angeles 3-2. Cowlitz got by Bend 3-1. Ridgefield topped Walla Walla 6-2. Springfield got by Portland 5-4. Victoria fell in a non-league game to the Dub C Fish Sticks 10-1. Bellingham clobbered Cascade Collegiate 19-0. Updated standings for the second half of the WCL North has Nanaimo and Kamloops out in front, while Wenatchee is a half game back. Bellingham and Edmonton are a full game back. Ridgefield is off to a nice 4-0 start in the second half and leads Portland by a half game in the South. Bend is a game back, while Corvallis is just wading into its second half schedule. Well, we announced it last night, but it's worth repeating. Pitchers Evan Canfield and Quincy Vassar join outfielder Max Hartman and catcher Jonathan Fitz as Wenatchee's representatives on the WCL North All-Star squad next week. That game will be played in Bellingham on July 16th. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Wednesday.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at NCWLIFE.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.